That, the sound of gunfire in West Philadelphia this evening and our photographer's reaction to it. The shots rang out as dozens of officers were already on that scene in the wake of a triple shooting just moments before. It all began on the 1500 block of North Fraser Street just after 4 p.m. today. Tonight we know several people were shot in this, including a 13 and a 16-year-old. It is Monday night. The big story on Action News is breaking right now. Action News reporter Bob Brooks has just arrived on that scene. Bob's still very active there right now.
Yeah, Brian, hard to put into words the gravity of this situation. I just heard from police that the weapon used here at this scene fired nearly 70 times, 4 o'clock in broad daylight. It was a high-powered rifle, again at a 13-year-old, a 16-year-old, another victim. We're talking about kids after school being shot with a rifle. Behind me here, you can see this scene. It's staggering, Brian, to really look at this. All these evidence markers marking the shell casings that fell here. Off to our right down Fraser Street, there's even more. Now, at this point, no word of any suspects being apprehended. But, Brian, like you said, while this investigation was underway, a second shooting just down at Allison in Lansdowne transpired. Again, our photographers were here. We saw it and we heard it. And I'm going to cue that up again right now. Now, in that shooting, a 45-year-old male was shot 2 times in both legs. He's been taken to Lankenau Hospital. He's in stable condition. But when we first got here to the scene, I was able to speak with some neighbors who were outside. They feared for their lives. They had to duck underneath their cars for covers. He said it was scary, very scary. Let's take a listen.
I live right here, and just coming out, you just heard.
We were getting in the car, and
bullets just. They were
whizzing
flying, whizzing by.
And Brian, another live look from Chopper 6. Again, nearly 70 shots that we know of. There could be more at this point. Have been fired here at the 1500 block of North Fraser Street by a high-powered rifle. The suspects are on the loose, but back out live here down at the scene. What a sight to see these police officers working through this scene. I can tell you, I've never seen so many evidence markers on the street. Again, 4 o'clock, broad daylight. The 16-year-old, a 13-year-old were shot by a rifle. They're now in critical condition. A third victim was shot, and then at that other scene, a second shooting scene here, a 45-year-old man was shot. But for now, that is the latest in West Philadelphia. For now, reporting live, Bob Brooks, Channel 6, Action News. Brian.
Yeah, surreal several moments there, Bob.
So we out here on the ground in Philadelphia, man, and listen, these kids are being shot. 70 rounds with a high-power rifle, fully automatic. They open the fire, shoots 2 16-year-olds and a 13-year-old, man. It's bad out here, man, and this is the stuff that I talk about that go on in Philadelphia. You can't even let your kids go home, walk home from school by themselves. This happened at 4 o'clock, around the time the kids is getting out of school, and they're waiting for the kids. And when the kids get out, they're opening fire on them. One of the 16-year-olds that was gunned down was, again, one of my son's friends. And me and my son, we battle a lot because I won't let him walk home from school by himself. I take him to school and I pick him up because it's not safe. And today, I was at a crime prevention rally, and while me and my son was there, we got the news that one of his friends from school was shot. And he got shot around the time I was picking my son up from school. My son said he heard a bunch of gunshots, but they didn't know where it came from, but now we know. But this is the stuff that goes on here in Philadelphia, man. You know, like it's when you hear people talk about Philadelphia, it's worse than what they're telling you. You have young children running around with machine guns. Machine gun fire. It sounds like something like L.A. in '89 and '90. I mean, they're walking around with literally fully automatic machine guns, open fire on each other, 16, 17-year-olds. And I'm asking, where are these guns coming from? How are these kids even getting these guns? You know, it's a sad thing, but this is what's going on here in my city, here in the city of Philadelphia, man. You know, and if you live in cities like Chicago, St. Louis, Atlanta, New York, watch your children, man. Please watch your children. And, man, just watch your children, man. Remember, I love y'all. Till the next time. Peace.